Let's go. Love this. Not live, but also not edited. We're gonna freestyle this. I love the editing part of my videos, but right now my schedule is so tight that I can't commit to edit finally edit my videos. I don't mean like finally, like, oh, finally you did it. No, but like detail edit. So right now I kind of like, okay, let's try this. The quality is a little different. Not that I'm not gonna go live. I am still gonna go live, but what happens with these is that I'm able. Should I? Is it? Anyways, I'm thinking, is this even boring to anybody? Why would I even talk about it? Let's get into today's video. What I wanted to talk about today is, excuse me, it's always easier to how could I put it? Today I had a hella frustrating moment. I had some app issues, some technical difficulties, but that's just like saying it lightly. I had some messed up technical difficulties that cost me some gouda, that cost me some cheddar, that cost me some money. I was like, dang it, it was like, oh, when that happens, it's just like, oh man, you're messing with my emotions. And I smile about it now because I kind of got through it, and time, heals all, and that reminds me of the other saying, sales cures all, which is also true. But anyways, time will also, it dust settles, all dust settles, 100%. I got to make a short about that. All dust settles, 100%. But I was having this like very irritable, frustrating moment, which I would never want to come across on my channel. That, okay, this dude's always, talking positivity. This guy's always talking about, look at the bright side of things. Look at the good side. Keep on, working hard to get your stuff. I don't want to come across like that, which is why I always talk about life being like the seasons, right? You're gonna have your summers, you're gonna have your winters, you're gonna have your autumns, you're gonna have your summers, and sometimes they're little tiny winters. Like today, my frustrating moment, that was a tiny winter, but it felt like it was like a blistering cold winter with snow and hail and water, all kinds of muddiness and waterness and freezing. It felt like it was horrible. I made it more horrible than it was, but it was like one of those, dang it, And when you're passionate about making progress daily and even hourly, just making like hella progress to grow, to make sure that you're maximizing the gift of your day because you get to be here. That's me. I really, really, ever since I changed my whole perspective and started doing stuff for me and had that big like aha moment, and I made that big switch in November 2019. It's a big priority for me to make sure that every hour I'm making progress in all my 4 pillars of my life. So when something is just snagged and it doesn't happen, it does, like, God, it gets me. But now I gotta catch up. Now I gotta make sure that, like, oh damn, momentum was messed up. The snowball was going, the snowball was getting big, and then someone just like, wow, knocked it out. And it's like, God, all that work from this morning till right now, it tends to get frustrated. I'm really good, which is why you don't see me express this kind of stuff on like my shorts and my daily videos. I'm really good at saying, okay, cool, let's go, trust the process, enjoy the journey. Small winter, it'll happen. But today's situation with today's technical difficulties, it got to me because, like I said, I made it into a bigger thing that it was. App crashed, had some stuff lined up, lost some cheddar, lost some gouda, lost some cheese, lost some money. And I was pretty irritable. And I pulled off to the side and I went through my thing. I whined, I complained for a little bit. This whole part of me whining and complaining between 10 and 15 minutes, not much more than that. But it was a bad feeling because I didn't like feeling. At the moment was like, I have to feel this way because why? Because there wasn't a because, but I was kind of, a certain part of me was kind of like enjoying it. Like, yeah, be mad, That didn't last long before I was like, wait, hold on. Stop it. And then that's when this title of this video, which I made a short about it too, I think, was trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Trust the process. The process is the part that you don't have control of. And I was like, you know what? Process, what the heck is going on? And I was like, you know what? It's always easier to say trust the process when you're not going through the winter. Because I told myself 2-3 times in the middle of those 10-15 minutes when I parked it to the side. I did record a vertical video, but it was longer. I could do a minute or less, and I think it went over a minute. So I'm posting it in, like, breaking it down into segments. So you'll see it this week, whatever date this video is today. I think today's the 6th, September 6th, 2022. So probably within this week, you'll see me break up that video into 4, 5, 6 shorts or whatever. It's where I talk about that frustration and the ease of saying, trust the process, enjoy the journey. Yeah, when you're not going through the bullshit, then it is like easy to say that, because it was difficult for me today to trust the process. I was very irritated. And as much as I would tell myself, to be honest with you, I told myself maybe 3 times, trust the process. And I was like, ugh. I like to win. I love to play. I like to win. And that caused me a loss. I lost. And that was painful because it set me back from my progress. And even as I'm making this video, I'm learning, like, dang, that's so important to watch your progress every hour. I learned that from Ed Milet, like, you have to check your progress every hour. Are you making progress every hour? At the top of the hour, bam, bam, bam. Have I made progress in all 4 pillars in one way or another? When I started doing that exercise, when I started doing that exercise that he taught me, it really, like, raised my accountability, but it also made my days a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. But the goodness is in the difficulty. When stuff is difficult, that's when you get results. The easy stuff, anybody and everybody does. It's easy to do the easy stuff. But when you put yourself I'm going to check every hour to see if I'm making progress in all 4 pillars of my life, then you start getting tired earlier, because you're doing a whole hell of a lot more, or at least you're holding yourself accountable for every hour. Every hour, I mean, I'll forget and I'll miss. I haven't made an alarm yet, but I'm gonna put an hourly alarm. When you put an hour, when you stay on top of checking as many hours as you can. When I glance at the clock, because I look at the clock a lot, and it's close to the top of the hour or getting close to the top of the hour, I'll check. It's like, okay, have I hit all 4 pillars of my life? Health, wealth, love, spirituality. Have I touched on all of them? Have I made progress? Have I gotten better in all of them? Have I done the things that I said that I was going to do daily on all of those pillars? Because you should be touching on all those pillars every day. And when you get knocked down and you lose, like today, it's difficult to hear your inner coach which is yourself, tell you, it's okay, trust the process, enjoy the journey. But it's like, bro, we just lost. Ugh. In that moment, the best thing to do, I recommend, because this is what I do, it works for me, try it. If it works for you, cool. If it doesn't, don't do it anymore. Is go in private and don't mouth off to anybody. Don't go, let out other frustrations or piled up frustrations on any of your loved ones, because it's easy to get mad and get frustrated and get loud at your loved ones, because you know that they're not going to retaliate or do anything back. So don't go get them involved, or don't go get strangers involved. Whether if you're in a public setting or in the highway or in the street, don't go get all road raged out. Pull over, go to a safe place, find a little shady area, and go have your 10-15 minutes of whining and complaining. That's what I did. That's what I do. And as quick as you can, start telling yourself, trust the process. Trust the process. And what happened to me today is the first two got me closer to trusting the process, but at the moment was like, nah, man, this ain't right. That's the passion. Stubbornness, passion, childish, all of them put together. I'm starting to think right now as I'm talking about this, it is the passion to win. You don't want to strike out. It's okay. It's not. You should have hit the ball. Oh, but you had a glitch. There's nothing you can do. You should have hit the ball. And I didn't hit the ball. So that's, like I said, that's the passion. That's the stubbornness. That's the ambition to win every day. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful feeling. Don't ever get mad at yourself for that. Don't ever extinguish that from any of the loved ones that you're trying to inspire. But at the same time, be open and vulnerable to listen to your inner self that works on self-development, on becoming better, on becoming the version of you that you would admire. You don't want to be, I shouldn't say you can't, you shouldn't want to be the whiner, the complainer, and sit there and quit and whine the rest of the day because I had a glitch in the system and I lost. You can whine for a little bit. Maybe it's in my, human nature to want to whine a little bit. But get past that. 10-15 minutes is my number. And hopefully as I continue to practice, I'll bring it down eventually to 10-15 seconds. Maybe one day nothing. It doesn't mean I don't care. It just means that I've mastered that. I've gotten better. I've learned to control that. I've learned to bring it down to where, no, you don't control me, I control you. When I got to the third, trust the process, that's when I was like, okay, maybe this kept me from something that I didn't need. Maybe the universe kept me. This happened to me, so I was kept from something that wasn't supposed to happen to me yet at that time. It was some sort of a guidance. Maybe somebody else benefited from my glitch and they got on their end, on their part of the app, on their part of the web, they benefited from it and they really needed it. Trust the process doesn't say understand the process. Trust the process says trust the process. The process is controlled by a higher power. The process is controlled by the universe. It doesn't say understand it. It says trust it. Once I was able to come down to where I need to be, where Moni is, which is the middle. You don't want to go too high. I learned that from a baseball coach a long time one of my son's coaches. You don't want to get too high. You don't want to get too low. You want to Hang out where Moni hangs out, in the middle. And you can have these little quick peaks of like, yeah, you know, but you can't celebrate that one home run forever. Celebrate it. But then, you know, give yourself a day, and then that's it. Also, you have a loss, 10, 15 minutes, maybe the day if it's a biggie, but then move on, right? So then it turned into more of a learnable, like, okay, what can I learn from this? I got no control over the app. I got no control over the internet. I got no control over how fast the Wi-Fi is, or whether I'm on 5G, 3G, 10G, whatever G's we're on. I could only do so much. Was my battery charged? Yeah, okay, check. That's something that you have control of. Did I make sure I had connection? Yes. Phone clean, nice, nice phone holder, good to go. Yeah, cool. I did everything that I could possibly do to make sure that I was at level 10 as far as my commitments to myself and doing my part, if you will. The rest was the process, which I need to trust. Once like I said, I got to the third, look at trust the process, Big Al, you're all right. When I talk to myself, I'm Big Al. I don't know why. I trust the process, Big Al. Look, maybe it kept you from something that you didn't need to go through. Let it reset. You'll be good to go. It'll get better. It's probably gonna get better. It always does. The winter doesn't last forever. Spring's around the corner. It always is. At the same time, the irritability started coming down. The dust that always settles, began to settle. Deep breaths, relax. AC was going because, boy, it's been hot around here for us. It's been hot for us. It's hotter in other areas. I understand that. And then I got back to the middle. That's when I started kind of smiling and realizing that it's easy and also important. It's easy. I'll get to the important part in a second. It's easy to say, trust the process when you're not the one going through the winter, or if the winter's not that cold. I dropped my napkin. Trust the process. You pick it up, throw it away, go grab a new one. But when it's a doozy and it really gets you or really sad, because winters could get you mad. Winters could get you sad. There's different kinds, right? It's just the negative part of the equation. When they're tough ones, it's easy to tell yourself. It's a lot more difficult to tell yourself, trust the process. But we have to. We have to, because sometimes we have to coach ourselves. Because we're our biggest fans. And what if there's not nobody around to say trust the process? You could always go to your favorite videos that you should have saved, downloaded, and your go-to mentors that you go for support, whether it's in your library or whether it's in, sorry about that, my phone did something funny here, I don't know if it cut out, whether it's in your book library or whether it's in your computer or your phone, your videos that you listen to that make you feel a little bit better, and you start the process to build momentum to feel better, to get back to the middle. But sometimes it's just you and only you. And make sure you tell yourself, as much as it doesn't matter, I don't want to trust the process. I was at that point. I ain't trusting nothing right now. Then the dust settled a little bit, and I told myself again, trust the process. And it got a little better. By the third time, I was like, okay, trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Journey's a little bumpy right now, but enjoy it, because it's not always bumpy. Oh, yeah. And then I felt better, and then, like I said, dust settled, and then it was like, okay, spring's always around the corner. And I'm sure in just a few minutes, a couple of hours, whatever, everything will adjust, and then we'll be back in action. Game will continue, and we're good to go. And that's exactly what happened. But the point of the video, the main thing is that there's going to be times where you're going to tell yourself, trust the process, and it's going to be easy. And there's going to be times when it's going to be real difficult to even understand yourself, to trust the process. Or maybe you're going to tell one of your loved ones, trust the process. You're trying to inspire them to get them through a winter. And they're just not going to get it because maybe they're at that real tough moment of the winter. And you think, wow, maybe it's not working, or maybe it was all wrong. Maybe the whole trust the process thing is just, some Candyland stuff that's not even true. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. It is. Some winters don't feel like they're ever going to end. Or like I said, they're real dark and cold and snowy and just I feel like it's going to go on forever. But you got to remember to trust the process. Because we can't control that. And there's times where it's going to be much easier to say it if you're not going through it, and much more difficult to hear it when you're the one going through it. But at the end, we got to do our best to trust the process. And even more, we're just about the same. Enjoy the journey, because the journey is the one we do have control of. That's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for stopping by. Reminder, if there's anybody that you know that could benefit from listening to this video, there is a share button below. Hit the share button and then some options pop up. You could share it, I think, through Instagram or email or text or LinkedIn or something like that. There's options. There's different options. Share the video if you know someone that could use this video in your group of friends, people you know, family members, loved ones. Use the share button, share it, copy the link above, share it that way. Call them over to the computer or call them over to your phone and show it to them. Bottom line, if anybody could use this and it'll benefit them, share it with them. That'd be super cool. If you enjoyed it, if it kind of made you laugh, made you smile, made you think of the stuff a little different, if you could relate to it, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button. If you're subscribed to the channel, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I invite you to please join my channel, subscribe to the channel, hang out with me. You'll get more notifications and stuff of when I upload my daily shorts and also do these longer videos. Still kind of building it, putting it together. I know we've had a few new subscribers. I'm trying to figure out when's a good time to go live. Should I do it weekly? Should I do it monthly? I've done a few lives. I've had a couple people hop on, which is cool. We could interact a little bit. Maybe I'll wait till the end of the month. I don't know. I'm thinking today, maybe I'll wait till the end of the month and do a live at the end of the month. And we'll pick one of the videos that I did that month as a topic, or we'll pick any topic. I don't know, but I wanted to try these just kind of a casual sit-down video with not much editing and talk about something that happened during the week. And I think that's going to cover it. That's going to do it for today. Yeah. All right. Early September. Make it a good month. Make sure you say thank you every time you wake up, because there'll come a day where we won't. So as long as we're waking up, let's be thankful.